All right, let's go to Jeremy Diamond. While we're waiting for this ceremony to begin, let's go to Jeremy Diamond for us at the White House. Jeremy.
Hey, John. Well, this is the president has now arrived at the CIA, as you can see there, for the swearing-in ceremony for Gina Haspel, who is set to become the first woman to lead the CIA in the agency's entire history. So a pretty historic moment today with that ceremony. But it is also important to note the kind of context around the president's visit to the CIA. This is the first time that he will be there since his speech at the CIA early last year, when the president delivered that controversial speech in front of that wall of stars honoring fallen CIA officers. And the president then, you'll recall, let's listen in here.
At the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I invite you to join with me in prayer. Let us pray. Gracious God, we ask that you bless this ceremony and through it, the trust of our nation in this agency to be vigilant in its defense of our citizens and our freedoms. Our director, Gina Haspel, has the confidence of our nation's leaders because of her proven abilities and record of selfless service, and the loyalty of our agency since she has led from the front, taken the hard jobs, and come from their ranks. She is ready to assume the mantle of leading this team, which, although most of their actions remain unknown to those whom they protect, the results of their deeds ensure that our freedoms remain secure during their watch. She is quick to humbly acknowledge her limitations and share that she did not arrive at this moment without the help, love, and support of many, beginning with her parents and continuing throughout her career, those who contributed to her development just as she has given to so many others in like manner. Help her to continue to learn and grow with courage to make decisions under pressure and the fortitude to discharge the duties of her office with integrity and honor. Help her to provide clear and honest advice with candor to our nation's leaders, and in dark nights, surround her with confidants who can ease the burdens she must bear when making decisions that she alone must make, so that she is not overwhelmed or fall prey to the loneliness that affects other leaders in such high positions of trust. Finally, Lord, grant that she may have joy in celebrating the victories of this team, which she now leads and faithfully guards our nation, ever free as a beacon to others around the world. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are immensely honored to have President Trump at the CIA once again. Please join me in welcoming the President of the United States.
Well, thank you very much, and good morning. I want to thank all of you and our distinguished guests for joining us today for a ceremony like few will ever have again. This is a very special one, including Vice President Pence, Secretary Pompeo, Secretary Mnuchin, Secretary Chao, Secretary Perry, Secretary Nielsen, Director Coates, and my nominee for the VA Secretary, who will do a fantastic job, Robert Wilkie. Thank you very much. I want to give a special thank you for being here to Chairman and Senator Richard Burr. Thank you very much, Richard. And a very courageous man. He's courageous. Congressman Devin Nunes. Thank you very much, Devin, for being here. Appreciate it. Most especially, I want to thank you, the dedicated men and women of the Central Intelligence Agency. It is a true honor to stand here today before the most elite intelligence professionals on the planet Earth. Nobody even close. You face down our enemies, you protect our families, you stand and watch over our great nation. You don't do it for fame or fortune or glory. You do it for your country. America is forever grateful. Thank you very much. We're here today for the swearing in of a very special person, your new CIA director, someone who has served this agency with extraordinary skill and devotion for 30 years, Gina Haspel. Gina, congratulations. There is no one in this country better qualified for this extraordinary office than you. By the way, if you don't agree with that, please let me know now before it's too late, okay? Immediately. Have to do it quickly. You live in the CIA, you live the CIA, you breathe the CIA, and now you will lead the CIA. Congratulations. Okay, that means we're keeping her, right? That's what we were waiting for. They love you. They respect you. They respect you, too. A native of Ashland, Kentucky, Gina's father served in the U.S. Air Force. She spent much of her childhood overseas. From a young age, she was instilled with a deep love of our country, which combined with a thirst for adventure. That led her to the CIA. Throughout her storied career at this agency, Gina has truly done it all. She's completed 7 field tours, served as a case officer, recruited assets, run stations, captured terrorists, and disrupted networks that proliferate deadly weapons. They send those weapons all over and you catch them. You're going to get even better now. Better than ever before. You're the best. You're going to be better than ever before, and we're getting you the resources to do it. Our enemies will take note. Gina is tough. She is strong. And when it comes to defending America, Gina will never, ever back down. I know her. Spent a lot of time with Gina. Gina played a crucial role in our fight against al-Qaeda. Her first day on the job at the CIA's Counterterrorism Center was September 11th, 2001, and she tirelessly hunted terrorists for the next 3 years. She went on to become Deputy Director of the National Clandestine Service and most recently, Deputy Director of the CIA. During her decades of distinguished service, Gina has earned the George H.W. Bush Award for Excellence in Counterterrorism and the Intelligence Medal of Merit. Most importantly, she has earned the universal respect, admiration, and trust of her colleagues here at the CIA, throughout the government, and all over the world. Gina is truly respected. And today, we also mark another proud milestone as Gina becomes the first woman ever to lead the CIA. That's big. Now, Gina will lead this agency into its next great chapter. Gina assumes the role of director at a crucial moment in our history. We are reasserting American strength and American confidence. And by the way, America is respected again. You see that. Instead of apologizing for our nation, we are standing up for our nation, and we are standing up for the men and women who protect our nation. We will be counting on you to confront a wide array of threats we face and to help usher in a new era of prosperity and of peace. Since the CIA's founding more than 70 years ago, its courageous operatives have combined ancient craft with modern marvels to achieve unsung victories in every corner of the globe. I see what you do. I understand what you do, and it's incredible. Marked on the hallowed walls of this building are the stars honoring the CIA's fallen heroes who gave their last breath for our nation. Though many of their names remain secret, their stories of service and sacrifice and daring will live for all time. Today, we think of them and we honor them by pledging that the patriots of the CIA will have the tools, the resources, and the support they need to accomplish their incredible, complicated, and oftentimes very dangerous mission. The exceptional men and women of this agency deserve exceptional leadership. And in Gina Haspel, that is exactly what you're getting. Director Haspel, congratulations again. I know that you will thrive as the agency's director and help keep our nation safe and strong and proud and free. Good luck. God bless you. And God bless the men and women of the CIA. God bless America. And I just want to thank everybody in this room for doing such an incredible job and for giving Gina that unbelievable support that she needed. It took courage for her to say yes in the face of a lot of very negative politics and what was supposed to be a negative vote. But I'll tell you, when you testified before the committee, it was over. There was not much they could say. There was nobody more qualified than you, and you are going to do a fantastic job, Gina. Thank you very much. Thank you, Gina. So with that, I'd like to ask our great Vice President to administer the oath of office. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Place your left hand, raise your right hand, and repeat after me. I, Gina Haspel, do solemnly swear
I, Gina Haspel, do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely,
that I take this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties of the office on which I'm about to enter.
the duties of the office for which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God. Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Mr. Vice President, for administering the oath. Let me begin by thanking President Trump for joining us today and for offering those kind words. Mr. President, it means a great deal to me and to the agency that you made time to come out to Langley for this ceremony. You have placed enormous trust in CIA throughout your presidency, and the men and women of CIA do not take that for granted. So thank you, Mr. President, for your confidence in me and your steadfast support of our mission and our people. I am truly honored to have this opportunity to lead the best workforce in government. It has been nearly 50 years since an operations officer rose up through the ranks to become the director. And after the experience of the last 2 months, I think I know why that is. I look out in the crowd today and I see a strong representation of the CIA's past, present, and possibly even the future. I am looking at 2 young ladies, special guests, who join us today. CIA has been more than a career. It has been for me, like many of you, a calling. In this building and around the world today, there are officers carrying out a vital mission, sometimes at great personal risk. I want each of you to know that I took on the position of director because I want to represent you as well as lead you. My years at CIA have rewarded me in ways that I could never have imagined, and I will continue to give it and you my all. There are countless role models and mentors who paved the way for me to stand here today. As the director, I want the current CIA leadership team to be role models and mentors for our next generation of officers who will walk the streets of far-flung capitals and work the late nights here at headquarters and abroad. For me, being director is about doing right by all of you, so that you have the tools and support needed to carry out our sacred mission. Every CIA officer has taken the same oath that I just did to support and defend the Constitution against all enemies. And today, I recommit that I will do everything in my power to justify the faith that President Trump and the American people have placed in us, and to make sure that CIA continues to provide the intelligence needed to keep our country safe. I would be remiss if I did not also note the tremendous pride I take in being the first woman to serve as director. I would not be standing before you today if not for the remarkable courage and dedication displayed by generations of OSS and agency women in roles both large and small, who challenged stereotypes, broke down barriers, and opened doors for the rest of us. I am deeply indebted to them, and I am extremely proud to follow in their footsteps and to carry on their extraordinary legacy. I stand on the shoulders of heroines who never sought public acclaim, but served as inspirations to the generations that came after them. I also want to express a special thank you and welcome to Eliza and Zoe, who have joined us today. The notes from these 2 young ladies, ages 6 and 7, sent to me, sat on my desk these last 2 months and motivated me daily. In their own words and pictures, they expressed their excitement about the opportunity my nomination represented, and to Eliza and Zoe, I would simply say, we did it. Lastly, allow me just a moment to talk about the future of this agency. A little over a year ago, Secretary Pompeo first spoke to me about becoming the deputy director. At that time, he said, CIA is the world's preeminent intelligence service, and I want to make sure we position it to stay that way. Mike was right. We are the best, and our challenge is to always be the best. We cannot rest on our laurels. We must learn from the past, but we cannot dwell in the past. We must constantly learn, adjust, improve, and strive to be better. We demand it of ourselves, and America deserves nothing less. That includes boosting our foreign language proficiency, strengthening our partnerships overseas and here at home, and deploying more of our officers to the foreign field. We are a foreign intelligence service, and our workforce and our priorities need to reflect that. We also need greater focus and effort on the strategic threats our nation faces, as well as the persistent threat from global terrorism. As always, the key to our success against these challenges will be empowering the incredible talent that resides within CIA. The men and women who serve here are a national treasure, from the operations officers who collect our intelligence, to the analysts who contextualize and evaluate it for senior policymakers, to the support officers who enable every aspect of our mission, to the scientists, engineers, and cyber specialists who give us a decisive edge over our adversaries. The only way to confront these threats is to forge ahead with determination and with the same expeditionary spirit that has defined our agency since its founding more than 70 years ago. I am profoundly honored to lead you in that fight and to work alongside each one of you as we advance our vital mission. So, Mr. President, thank you again for giving me the opportunity to serve, to represent the men and women of CIA, and to carry out the critical work of helping protect our country, our people, and our way of life. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the Director of the Central Intelligence Agency, thank you to our distinguished guests and to each and every one of you for participating in today's ceremony. As we close the ceremony, I would just ask the audience to please remain in place while the presidential party and Director Haspel depart the lobby. Once they depart the lobby, those in the lower lobby, please exit the front by the seal, and our guests that are here in the upper lobby, please adjourn to the portrait gallery to my right to join the director for a reception. Thank you again for being with us today.
Gina Haspel sworn in as the first female CIA director, also a career officer in the CIA. As you see President Trump there and Vice President Pence looking on, she was sworn in with the assistance, I should say, of the former CIA director, now the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo. We are going to take a quick break.